Hello, screenwriters, and welcome to Writing for Screens, the screenwriting step-by-step project, episode 220. My name is Glenn Gers, and I come to you every Monday through Friday, if I can make it, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Zone to let you look over my shoulder, share my screen as I write a script, in order to demystify, to teach the process of screenwriting. Lots of people out there telling you how to write a great script, telling you how to write the script that will sell. I don't know how to do that. I don't know the meaning of that. I just know that everyone who wants to write a script and make it great has got to first write the script, and that's what I'm going to try and share with you. The process, it's what I taught myself and had to figure out for myself in a 25-year career writing for TVs and movies. And there was, at the time, nothing like this. So I thought I would try and let you watch me walk through it. Because I had to figure out all this stuff, reinvent the wheel. Why should you do that? At least you can learn the techniques and tricks that I figured out in case they are useful to you. They're not the right way. They're not the only way. It's just something that I think it'd be useful that most people don't seem to teach. They teach the form of the script, but not the how do you get it done? How do you write lines? How do you rewrite lines? How do you go through the process of figuring out an outline? So that's what this is. You don't have to watch the whole thing. The only thing I would urge you to do if you want to learn what I have to teach is go to my main channel and check out the first 3 playlists. I've got a picture of them up here. Screenwriting Essentials, Screenwriting Tools, Skills, and Craft, and the process, being a writer. That's where I put down everything I could think of on certain topics in little 10-minute videos. I would take a topic like genre or flashbacks or dramatic action, and I will give you what I think is useful tools and tricks. That's all. There's no grand system. There's no big secret. It's just things that working writers figured out for themselves that non-working writers have taken another 10 years to figure out. I'm just trying to share those things. Hello, Nathan. Good to see you. Hi, 99 Precinct. Welcome to y'all. Sorry about the confusing start. I forgot to put the title and description up on the video before I started, so I had to stop it and start it again. All right, most people who are watching this on replay months later are like, what's he talking about? Don't worry about it. We're fine. It's all good. Let's get to the writing. All right. Yeah, that's my that's my notes. Okay. Here we go. So I am polishing. I am going through. I don't personally recommend that you constantly go through a script from page 1 to page 60 or 120 or whatever. I think it's very much better to pick a section and work on that. But then now and then you want to start from the beginning and go all the way through. That's what I'm doing. Having gone through a rewrite where I picked and chose and worked on the areas that needed it, now I'm just going through and trying to smooth the read, focus the read, make it a good read, something that where just every sentence leads into the next and you're following the story and the way that the people are dealing with each other, because that's what you follow. In a script, what you are following is what the people are doing with each other. So you're not following information. You are following what people are trying to do. And in this case, Xena is trying to figure out what to do about the fact that Madeline will not let her come over. Let me just look at that when she asks to come over. Okay. I'm just moving that. Yeah, you poor thing. Are you all alone? Who's doing crime scene? She is trying to trick Madeline into letting her come. The main action here is that Madeline has inherited a crime scene with sacred evidence hidden in it. Xena knows the evidence is there, and she is trying to convince Madeline to let her come visit so that she can get the evidence. That is the whole point of the first third of this script. Hello. First half, really. Okay. Okay, so here Xena, having tried to get Madeline to let her come help deal with the crime scene, is now complaining to the other members of the group about the problem of Madeline. And so that is what this scene is about. All right. Naloxone. Just like CSKs. Naloxone, CSK style. Okay, there is, as far as I know, no such thing as meloxidine, so I feel... actually, I'm going to make that Ted. Xena is fixed on the Madeline question. All right. Hello, Natasha. Hello, Blake. There's a bitch in control of everything. That's a good line. George's ex-wife. George's ex. Madeline Morrison. This office manager from New Jersey with a stick up her butt. George's ex. Yeah, see, that's better. This her? Is this her? I'm going to take Google out. She image searches. She could image search lots of places. Okay, so this bit here where Norman is leaving, going to the car, is not. The point is, I want to get to the idea that Norman later is driving, which I just say here. Hi, Mythical. Hi, Orphe. Good to see all of you. I am rewriting. I am polishing. Well, obviously, if he goes to his car, he leaves the shop. All right. Okay. Hold on. Question from Blake. Can you offer recommendations on how to come up with original names, like Shrimpton? Okay, Shrimpton is actually pulled from the... there was a model in the British model... fashion model in the 1960s, Jean Shrimpton, and that's where I came up with that. No, random name generators are not good. I will tell you what I do. I'll tell you a couple of things that are really useful. First of all, just whenever you look at a newspaper or a magazine, if you see a name that for whatever reason clicks in your head, just write it down. One of the things I would do, which here, let's just talk about this for a second. Names. Okay, names. Some tricks about names. The first thing is When you make a list of names, don't take real names, but then separate the first and the last name. In other words, if you find, say, Blake Steinman, okay? So if I say, oh, Blake Steinman, that's a good name. I'm going to write that down. Write down Blake, have a list of first names and a list of last names. Ideally, I have a list of male and female first names because it's just easier to sort that way. Although times have changed and there's many non-binary names. However, the main point is just to make things easier if you're looking for a name for one person or another, sometimes you can sort. The main thing is separate your last names out of your list. Don't allow yourself to ever use someone's real name, so that if you do find a name that you like, make a list and Steinman's on the last name list, Blake is on the first name list, and the odds of you reconnecting them are very slim. The other thing I do is, I don't know about you, but if you at the end of a movie, especially a big effects-laden movie, the credits list is always incredible. Like there's like 2,000 or 3,000 names in the credits of a Marvel movie. What's really interesting is, first of all, they tend to have interesting names. The people who are working in creative fields often have interesting names. Second of all, they are international because the Marvel sources its FX groups all over the world. So therefore, you are getting a really wide slice of interesting names. So I personally think one of the things you can do is just check out freeze frame the end credits of a Marvel movie and grab names and put them in a pile. As many of you know, because I have done a video on this, brainstorming and scrap piles. Okay, scrap piles. Scrap piles is where I put them. I have a whole list that's like 30 pages long of last names, just interesting last names. But the other thing is there used to be a thing called the yellow pages or the white pages, which is, so anyway, scrap piles means make an ongoing place to keep these things, character names, also character descriptions, things that you think are interesting scenes and bits. If you make a scrap pile of that, once you have a pile, you tend to put things in the pile. You will more likely collect things and put them in the pile. If you're just like, oh, that's a cool name, I should remember it, but you don't have a pile to put it in, you won't keep it. So therefore, I urge you to watch this video and create a scrap pile. And the scrap pile, among it, should have characters, should have incidents, should have descriptions, should have all sorts of stuff. Then the other thing that you can do is, in order to get first names, like I said, there used to be phone books. Now, literally just search on your favorite search engine, first names. First names, and if you have a certain type, Greek first names, Irish first names, Cambodian first names, and just see, they'll have long lists. Many of these are nonsense, but because of baby naming especially, people just, there are sites that have tons of these, and they have an explanation of the name, and most of those explanations are nonsense. However, it's a great way to find names. Just type baby names. Cool baby names. But the other thing is, let me see if I've got this already written. No, I don't. So I'm going to type it right now. Hang on just a second while I do some quick typing. SSA.gov. Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure. Let me just make. Yes. All right. You know what? I'm just, here you go. Okay. This is it. Okay. I will put this in the description as well. But there is this thing. Okay. SSA.gov. OACT baby names. Okay. SSA.gov OACT baby names. There is a list of, you can search by state U.S. territory, or decade. All right, this is where it gets cool. So that if you're doing a story that's set in the 1940s and you want someone who is 20 years old in 1944, you can search for the most popular names in 1924. And it will give you the most popular boy and girl names for 1924. And you can do like 50 or 100 names and you can sort them different ways. This is phenomenal, especially for if you're writing historical things. It really does come in handy. Hi, Jean. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Anyway, so that's my secret weapon for names, especially when you are talking about if you want to have somebody be of a certain age. You say, okay, they are 60 years old in 2022. That means they were born 60 years ago. Search that era. Search different years around that era for the most popular names of that time. And then if you decide you don't want it to be a popular name, just get the first 100 and go way down on the list. Anyway, that is a way to get good names. Video, yes. Thank you, Mythical. All right. So minoxidil is a meloxicam. Is a pioneer. Helps dogs get back to enjoying life at a price that's easier on you. Cool, Thumper. Thank you. Let me just check what I used. Minoxidil. That's okay. That's different. I'm cool. I'm not going to get arrested. Okay. So, okay. All right. So yeah. So my minoxidil is going to say minoxidil, just like CSK's toxin of choice. Minoxidil. CSK's toxin of choice. George was getting too close. He had the evidence. I know it's in his attic. But the bitch in control of everything won't let me in. There's a bitch in control of everything. I like that one. All right. This her? All right. Technically, this her, you would say, this her? And I'm going to leave it like that because I can. All right. This her? Cops would bury it. They bury it. All right. Boom. I'm moving all of this to here. Yeah. Okay, that's better. The cops would bury it. Because that's what the point is. She says to the police and game over. Cops would bury it. Cops would bury it. Why would they bury it? Somebody let this guy. What are you talking about? George is dead. George? Poison. Minoxidil. CSK's toxin of choice. And now it's in this attic. George was getting too close. He had new evidence. New evidence. And now it's in his attic. But the bitch in control of everything won't let Zena in. You know, I'm not sure. You know, I like that Zena's why not this bitch? Nah, because he's working already. He's like on the case. He's working. He's like, is this her? He's like doing the work, not commenting. The question here is the bitch. See, I kind of don't think Zena would say this. I mean, she would. This is tricky because in some ways I like Zena being I don't know. You know what? I think we'll let Xena in. Put the bitch in control. Now it's in his eye. Put the bitch in control. He's keeping Xena out. He's keeping Xena out. Keeping Xena out. There we go. There's a bitch in control. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Put the bitch in control. Put this control. Oh, this is... It's funny when Norman says it as a mockingly, but it's actually not how he would talk. Plus, it's just a... It's controlling bitches keeping... Well, let's see. Oh, what's that guy? This control. Which controlling bitch? Controlling bitch. Who? Sorry. Nah. It's controlling. Hi, Donna. Welcome from up top, whatever the opposite of down under. Up over. Well, welcome here, up over. What bitch is that? Which bitch is it? What bitch is that? This bitch woman. Do we even need this now? I mean, no, because this is the answer. Why not just ask her to give it to the police? And this, okay, because this doesn't make any sense. That Xena would say, yeah, maybe I should just tell her. Xena's focused. Although it is true that a character can kind of mull, maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. In this particular case, I don't see the value of that. We don't go anywhere with it. But let's just give it to the police. No. We're not going to stand. No, we're not giving it to anyone. This is a unicorn. This is ours. We need to take over and finish this the way he wanted to. She's not going to give it to you. I'll go get it. I'll go get the tape. I'll go get the tape. The MacGuffin. The famous MacGuffin. makes you think she'd give it to you? What makes you think she'd give it to you? I didn't say I should give it. I said I'd get it. I said I would get it. What makes you think she'd give it to you? I'll go get the tape. What makes you think she'd give it? She'll give it to you. Don't need this. Boom. All right. Okay. This is better. This is better. I'm just taking out some of these. There we go. As we mentioned before, don't necessarily need let me see here. All right. Okay. How do I pronounce this? Gyro? Is it gyro or hyro? Anyway, hi. Have you ever written a story based on a dream you had? No, because my dreams have never been narrative enough or frankly inventive enough to be worth making a movie out of. That's not to say that people haven't done it and that there haven't been some interesting movies that come of them. Famously, Robert Altman did one called Three Women. I believe that Fellini and some other people have done this. So yeah, dreams, certainly a dream can be a basis, like a certain feeling or image in a dream can spark the construction of a story, but some people actually make dream-like movies based right on the dream. The reason I don't do it is honestly, most of my dreams just feel like bad movies. They feel like movies that are frustratingly bad, like they're not getting there where they need to get. And furthermore, a lot of my dreams have movie elements in them and movie people in them, and it's just an echo chamber. Because my dreams are all jumbles of things that I have liked. My dreams are just not good material for that. Just never occurred to me. Um, Blake had been looking for names. I've urged everyone to start collecting names that you like, and so Blake's taken yours. Okay. What makes you think she'll give it to you? She'll give it to you. What makes you think she'll give it to you? Convince her. Um, cool. Thank you, Haro or Gyro. Uh, Excellent. We are sharing names here. And please, everyone, take Blake's name. Okay. All right. This is not bad. This is not bad. Okay. Um, yes, yes, indeed. Blake Manstrong. That is the mark of a truly realistic story. All right. All right. Let's see. Here's the thing. I want the point about this muted stuff is that the idea was that was that Xena was muting everyone because she didn't want them to, like she says, I don't think it's productive everyone talking at once, which really means I don't want to hear from what you guys are saying. But then everyone's talking, so clearly she's not muting them. So I think I just have to take this. Okay. All right. You know what? I hear you all. I really do. But I think we need to do this. I think we need to try this. Don't forget to seriously, you cannot allow this. You know what? I hear you all. I really do. This is it. Okay. All right. Some guidelines for Carl. Okay. I don't think it's productive to have everybody talking at once. We need to try this. I think we need to try this. Will you promise not to harm George's ex-wife while you're getting the evidence? Hey, I got this. Can I make this? You will not regret entrusting me with this mission. Hey, I got this. You will not regret entrusting that. You will not regret. This is too hard to say. Um, hey, I got this. You will not regret entrusting me. You will not regret. Hey, I got this. You will not regret. Hey, you will not regret. I got this. Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. There we go. Pinky swear. Absolutely. Absolutely. I notice you use a lot of adverbs when describing action. This goes contrary to what I was taught. What were you taught? Were you taught don't use adverbs? Why? Don't use too many, but I don't think I use too many. Like there's one, decisively. Now I'm on an adverb hunt. Driving badly, that doesn't really count because he's driving badly. I mean, Lee is not anyway. Do I use a lot of adverbs? I don't think so. No, the reason I said decisively is because it's a specific bit, a specific beat of like, boom, absolutely. So, yeah. Stephen King has a thing against adverbs. I don't know why. Anybody who has a thing against a part of speech, I feel like it's personal. No, I just don't think that's true. Sometimes you want two words. It's just this, nah. That's like saying don't use adjectives. No. I mean, I like snaps it is one thing, snaps it decisively is different. There is no particular individual verb for snaps it decisively, decisive snapping. Yeah, my feeling is rules. I remember when I read Stephen King on this, and he was like, adverbs bad, and I thought, depends. I think that as with anything, used clumsily, used badly, then adverbs are bad. But adverbs overall, they're just words. They're just words. It's okay. All right. Hi, Matthew. How are you? There we go. This is starting to read. I'm wondering if they need this. Yeah. All right. Nah, because slams is not the same thing. Slams is snaps it decisively is a precise move. Slams is like angry and reckless. No, there's nothing wrong with my words. They're fine. I do not adhere to or believe in this adverb prohibition. I believe that one should not be prejudiced against a particular form of word. That's my big social moral statement for the day. Okay. shotgun. Impulsively. That's an excellent word. Yes, I would say this is the second draft. It's kind of secondish. Yeah, exactly. All right. This kind of goes counter to the fact that Norman is generally fairly tech savvy. And, we've got a lot of... There we go. Look at that. I'm running long, so... This is too talky. You know what? I don't need to say any of this. Boom. All right. Rings. Okay. This is not an animated show. What would make you think it was an animated show? And I don't mean that. No, I just mean that it's an interesting question, and it occurred to me, why would it be an animated show? It's all pretty much normal people behaving normally, which is just usually bad for animation. I've heard the advert advice, but only is don't hang them after speech attribute. Yes, yeah. Well, no, but even then, yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, like sometimes you get weird. People have weird advice. I think sometimes advice comes because of personal experience with someone doing something wrong. So, like, you read a bunch of things where there's bad voiceover, and so you make a rule: no voiceover. That's not really the solution. The solution is don't do bad voiceover. So therefore, it's not so much necessary as an artistic choice. Xena does seem cool. Xena is interesting and problematic. So thank you. Xena does seem cool. I'm liking these characters. I'm liking them as I clear the clutter. This is the key to writing good characters. You just clear the clutter, give them sharp, decisive moments, let them play it out, and they become cool. Um, yeah, in theory, it should be clear from a speech, like she said sharply. It should be clear from the way that from the line. So that's, I think, why adverbs are not. But it depends, because very often someone will say something which isn't clearly one way or another, and then you do want that adverb. So I adverbs, it's all the toolbox. Everything is about having the toolbox, having as many tricks and tools as you can, and not overusing any of them. Yeah. Yes. Is it? I see. What I liked about it was that it wasn't particularly theatrical. It was theatrical in the sense that it was confined space, but that happens between people, so that it didn't feel theatrical and that people were acting theatrically. Yes, Emma Thompson is amazing in that, but I understand. Yeah, good. I am glad. And although they weren't interesting either. Yeah, that's true. I would say that he was not as powerful as she was. She just had a range like you can't believe, which does not really surprise me about Emma Thompson. However, yes, I agree. I actually agree about that. He was authentic-ish. So he was authentic. And like he was believable, but he wasn't like dazzling. She was dazzling. Yes, but what I actually liked about this, and the reason I pointed it out is because this could have been theatrical, but it reminded me very much of 12 Angry Men, in the sense that you are seeing a drama play out among people who are in a room because they are in the room. They are genuinely there. And there's no reason to put them out of the room, because the whole point of the story is their intimacy in this room. So therefore, the question is, how can you keep a story being dramatic and interesting and not feeling confined when you're just in a room? And I thought this was beautifully done that way. Yes, I would agree with Matthew. The only screenwriting rules are the ones related to formatting. In other words, yes, definitely, like you want to keep your dialogue in the middle and stuff like that. Disconnects the call. Disconnects. What else would he be disconnecting, Glenn? Disconnects the call. There we go. No, I haven't seen The Good Liar yet. I was interested, and I almost watched it, and then I just didn't get around to it because it was in award season, and a lot of stuff comes at you at that time, and there's just a lot of good stuff going on. Stephen Hoover, I completed a contained thriller. It was the most challenging piece I've written. Yes, writing within the constraints is suitable for a low budget. Worth doing as an exercise. I agree with that. Yeah, try. First of all, always like write a play. Write a play. You can always, but even if it's not a play, if it's just got some constraints, that's actually good for your writing. That's all I will say about that, because we are nearing the end of our hour, so I believe this is good. This is good. This is good. First of all, I cut a page. It's 19 of 69. It was 70. Yeah, that's okay. That's an okay Joyce. Joyce. An okay joke. All right, this is a new era will start in the next scene. So we will stop and we'll go here. Clip. That's interesting. I believe that clip is another word for magazine. That's a good question. You might be right. Book authors write mysteries say good percentage of emails from gun nuts if they make an error. And yes, it should be. It's running too long, and I am aware of that, and I am working towards getting it better. Let me go back to this magazine thing. F magazine, boom. No, yes. All right. That's a fair point. Let's call that a clip. Thank you, Stephen. Clip. Yep. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Good point. Thank you, Stephen. I'm hanging on to my adverbs, but I will give up my magazine. Good. Well, look. We have done it. Another week accomplished. And next week I'll see you Monday. Yeah. I won't see you Wednesday. But until then, I really hope that you guys go write something and that you have just the finest old time doing it. Have a good weekend. And I am looking. No. You know what? Clip sounds good anyway. And magazine does sound a little semi-automatic rifle thing. So clip it is. We're okay with clip. All of you, take care of yourselves and go write something.